If you need it, you better put your feet. Just put your feet. Don't be scared to admit. Don't be scared to get your time this morning. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for us to receive the promise. It's time for us to receive the promise. He said, wherever you put your feet, wherever you put your feet, wherever you put your, which means you ain't even got to make it to the door. Just start walking. Just put your feet. You ain't got to make it to these doors.
Just put your feet. It's time to receive the promise. Wherever you put your feet, it's time. Come and get it. Sounds like itchy ass stuff to me, guys. This is one of the problems I have with the mainstream charismatic Pentecostal churches today. This inability to keep to the context of Scripture. This loosey goosey type of preaching geared towards stirring up the emotions of people, making them feel good, and offering them unbiblical, empty, vague guarantees. Mostly the people who don't have an understanding of Scripture, or who don't even want an understanding of Scripture, but rather have this emotional high to be emotionally charged. Give them entertainment. What is the point of using Scripture if you're going to take it out of context? Just don't use it. Just be a motivational speaker. So when we look at this video, the first thing you will notice is the music. Gotta have the music. It's part of the performance. It gets the emotion stirring. So that's a must. Can't do without that. Then we have the door. Guys, I have nothing against props per se. I used to lead plays at my church, so I can appreciate a good prop. But my question is, what's the point? Do they think that walking through the door is going to give them a promise? This act is somehow going to magically make things change or come to pass? Can we have book, chapter, and verse on this? Now, he tries. I don't know if he's a pastor, but he tries to use Scripture, but it's severely out of context. And as you can see, he was kind of making it up as he was going along. But the congregation doesn't seem to care. They don't seem to mind, because people go to churches today for itchy ear stuff. They go to church today for entertainment, not sound biblical teaching. Let's go to the scripture he uses or tries to use. Joshua 1:3. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. We also see this in Deuteronomy 11:24. This was a promise God made to Joshua and the people of Israel. The promise to receive the land was part of God's covenant with Israel. God will fulfill the promise, but the Israelites, obviously, they had to do their part as well. Guys, this has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with those people in the congregation there. But you can see how out of context this scripture is used, and the people just eat it up. Remember, they will not endure, stand for, tolerate sound doctrine or doctrine presented in its proper context. Just give us a show, make us feel good, make us feel warm and tingly. Let us get our emotional high for the week. The actuality of it is there may be things that will happen that you've been praying for, and there will maybe things that you pray for that never come to pass. This is not based on your desire to see those things come to pass. It's not based on you walking through a door as if that is the key to getting things rolling or to getting things that you want. It's based on God and His will for your life, His timing, His sovereignty. Now, I know it can be tempting to follow this type of teaching, but as I always say, be bold, be blessed, but most importantly, be biblically constructed.